What's up, you guys, man? This is Love versus the Reality Love podcast. I'm back with another episode, you guys. Appreciate all the love and support, man. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Turn on that bell so you get notified every time I drop a video, you guys. As you know, like I told you guys, I got my new setup now, so I apologize for missing Monday's show. I had to get my room set up and get everything set up so that I am ready and all to go. I miss y'all, man. So glad y'all had the time to spend with me today, man. I want to give yourself a clap for joining me. I'm going to get into a topic, familiar topic, controversial topic. Call it what you want. It may rub some people the wrong way, but I want to have an open dialogue about this conversation that I am having. Something I'm familiar with. So let me get into it, man. It's the question is, do you think that a guy who takes care of his kids should be placed on child support? That's the question. A guy who's already taking care of his kids out of nowhere gets a notice that he has to start paying child support. So I'm going to take it from a standpoint of, this is a personal experience and everything like that. But y'all let me know what side y'all on to this. So for me personally, I feel like if a guy is showing you that he's stepping up, I don't feel like it should be a requirement out the gate. I think you should give the guy a chance to step up and be a father and be there for his child, financially as well as physically. If he is doing those things and financially doing what he, has to do, anytime you're asking for something, when it comes to the child that he's providing that thing, why put him on child support? At that point, why put the man in the middle? Because at that point, the man is in the middle between you, him, and your child is the one that's left in the middle as well. Why put somebody in between that when you don't have to? If he's doing his job as a man, why put him on a set amount? Even if you get the problem is a lot of times that the child support thing comes into play is because you're mad at him. But I wouldn't do that, because what it does is, what people don't even know, what child support is doing is limiting you. It's different if a guy ain't doing nothing and he's not there for his child. You put his butt on child support. You make him be there. And I feel like if you are struggling, yes, definitely, and he is in position to be there, definitely, I would say make him pay child support. But the problem is a lot of times is you make a guy who is financially unstable pay for the, put him on child support. But the problem is you ain't gonna be able to get nothing out of that. You ain't gonna be able to get nothing out of him. He ain't got no money. He broke. So if he broke and ain't got no, what's the point of child support? What, putting him on a hook or putting him in jail behind not doing that? I mean, I get that part though, if that's the case. I can clearly understand that part. But I don't get, I'm speaking from this perspective of a guy that's doing his job. He's taking care of his kid. His job is not to take care of the woman directly per se, but indirectly. As far as, okay, she's a little late on the rent this month. Right? She's not even late. She doesn't have all of it. Okay, let's just say something happens, emergency happens, come up, she's not short. If he's willing to go ahead and help you out with that financially, and he can do that, and because it's really keeping a roof over a child's head. It's not necessarily for you directly. It's indirect. Because if you didn't have the child, I don't know if the man would do that necessarily. But I don't feel like that guy deserves to be on child support, But, everybody has their opinion when it comes to child support. But I do feel like if a guy's doing his job, why do that? Why add a third party when you don't need to add a third party? To me, adding a third party is very unnecessary, and it limits. Especially like if you put a guy who's really like, let's say well off. Let's just say he's well off. He's making a bit of money. He can take care of himself and everything like that, and everything like that. And you want more money. Well, the stupid part about that is now you're literally just getting whatever limit the doctor set, and that's it. See, a lot of times people don't understand emergencies happen. Emergencies pop up. Well, you already told that man what you thought about him when you put him on child support. So don't expect support in the emergency situations. You better find a way. I'm just going to tell you this, because all guys going to say, I gave you your money for the month. Should have budgeted, should have rationed. But it's for this, it's for that. When you decided to put the man in the middle, this is what you have to deal with. There are consequences and repercussions to that. Speaking from experience, like, my mom's never asked my dad for child support. Never put him on child support because he was a good man. He took care of his kids, regardless of what happened in their situation or whatever. Regardless of that, she was able to look outside of herself and say, this is a good man. He doesn't deserve to be on child support. My dad was always sending me stuff and everything, regardless of which state I was in or anything like that. He always was sending me money and stuff that I needed, little care baskets and everything. So he was still, like I said, I was still getting those things that I needed from a financial standpoint from my father, regardless of their relationship. She was able to step outside of herself. And a lot of women need to do that. Step outside of yourself. Don't look out how y'all ended or how it ended and put your personal feelings behind putting this man on child support. If this dude's a good dad, why make the child suffer? Because that's all you're doing. You're making the child suffer at the end of the day when you put the man in the middle, and then now he got visitation and all that crap. You got all that stuff mixing there. I see if he ain't worth nothing. And if he ain't doing what he need to do for the child financially and all that kind of stuff, that's different. But if he's a good dad and looking out for his kids, why put the man in the middle when you don't have to? That's not a requirement to put the man in the middle. That's just not a requirement. So I just think at the end of the day, we just, as a people, we got to think better when it comes to putting somebody in between you and your family. Regardless of how y'all ended, y'all gonna be family. Y'all got a common tie, which is the child. So y'all gonna be family regardless of circumstance or anything. So that's always gonna, be the connection between you guys. So we have to think about that, the connection. Don't think about y'all two, because that don't matter now at this point that y'all have decided to break up or it's over or whatever happened. Outside of that, you need to come to an agreement. You understand what I'm saying? Come to an agreement. But yeah, then there's another subject tied right into that I also want to touch on, which is if the woman is in a bad financial spot, do you guys think that the child should go with the father? If financially they cannot take care of the child, should the children not go with the father until the mother gets herself together? It was I heard the question and I was like, man, I want to discuss this on the show. So I really want to know what y'all think about that for sure, because I personally think if you are not financially capable of taking care of the kids, let them go with their dad. At least you know they're with somebody who's a common tie between you two. And you can get yourself together without having to struggle worrying about how they gonna eat, how you gonna feed them, how you gonna get to. All that can be taken care of, and you get help. Let them go with their daddy for a couple months. I'm not talking about if he's trying to keep them permanently. No, I'm not with that. I'm not with that part. I'm just saying, like, if it's a temporary situation where y'all can talk about it. But a lot of people say, well, then the guy needs to pay her bills. He needs to do this, he needs to do that, he needs to make sure she has a place to stay. No, that's not necessarily his job to make sure she has a place to stay. Now, I see if you're coming up short on it, and I can help you with it, but I'm not going to be financially obligated to maintaining your lifestyle. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make sure that my child is good, make sure that they are fed, make sure that they got groceries. Like if a woman needs money for groceries, then as a man, yes, that's your job. Go on and take care of that grocery bill. Go on and get that food up in the house, regardless of who eating it. Regardless. You gotta get that food up in the house, regardless. I say that. If you want to, send on a little gas money, send her some gas. If you want to do that, though, but it's all up to your discretion. But I feel like this, if she is in a financial bind, she's in a bind, Nate, type of situation, I think the dad can do it. I think the dad should be able to take care of his kids. I don't feel like that in that instance, she should have to struggle with them kids. Because it is a lot trying to get yourself together and the kids together at the same time. It's a lot. So if you got a dad who is well off and financially capable of taking care of the children while you get yourself together, then do that. It ain't got to be a permanent thing. This could be something that you two have in the mix for a couple months. And ain't nobody saying you can't see the kids either during that time frame. They would just be staying in the house with him. You understand what I'm saying? That's my opinion on that. I want to hear y'all opinion on that topic right there. Because there are people out here who think that men should have to maintain their baby mama's lifestyle. As far as paying her rent, paying this, paying that. It's like, nah, God shouldn't have to take care of two homes. Now, if he can and wants to, that should be his choice. But he shouldn't be forced to do that. I always think that we need to remember that it's the dad's child too. Because a lot of times you'll hear women say, this is my child. It's my child too. You're not finna take my child from me. You mean our child. This is ours. Like, regardless, you need a man for that to birth, to give you the semen to get a girl pregnant and for that baby to be brought forth. Regardless of how you do it, you're gonna need a man to do that. Also, men, we need the woman. So it's one of those things where it works in concert together. So it's not just one-sided. But we have to stop, like as women, you have to stop saying that it's just your child, because it's not just your child. It's the man's child too, especially if he's there for that child. But yeah, we gotta be better with that. It's our child. It's our son, our daughter. You understand what I'm saying? Because that right there, the wordage always gets mixed up and messed up, and then before you know it, now we have an issue on their hand. Because now you're saying it's my child. You're not going to take my child. You can't do that for my child, my. It's not just yours. It's both parties. And he has just as much rights as you do. I know a lot of people think that women have more rights, and it feels that way. It definitely does feel that way. We feel second place runner-up. But we're really supposed to have the same amount of rights as the mother. That's a different topic for another day, another conversation. But yeah, y'all let me know how y'all feel about these two topics. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Turn on that bell so you get notified every time I drop a video, you guys. I appreciate all your guys' love and support. Until next time, man.